What's up guys, Predator here. We have 3 tables, actually 4 tables of 1, 2, and I opened also the 2-5 table, and whenever will be any action there, we'll jump in as well. So for the moment, let's get started with 1-2 tables. Uh, Table 1 against the recreational. Very likely recreational with this stack size. We'll try to get a fold with a slight, with a forward. So this is not as this is not bad as it might look. But most of the time they will just have it when 3-betting, especially that size, like you see. So yeah, at least we tried. On the table 3, we checked. We don't have back to flush draw. We usually bet half pot or check. So now we'll try to get some better hands to fold. Like maybe ace king. Ace king might call, but still just trying to get a fold mainly here. And when he calls, he might have a middle pair he didn't want it to get raised on, so most likely a pair. So we have to bluff this, blocking ace queen and queen jack. Yeah, he did have ace king, but knowing that he's uh, exploitatively, he might not fold a pair or not even ace king. I decided to give it up this one. Table 1 will get a small raise, protect him from gut shots and weaker 9x, and we're just gonna check back. And split it up. Table 2, usually I'll stab a lot after he checks, but this time I'll just check it again and see what he does. On this river, I most likely have, yeah, I wanted to say I most likely have the best hand, or he does have a whatever pair from this board. So just taking to showdown seems reasonable. Donking on this board does not make that much sense, but I have a very good hand to donk a barrel, and I decided to check raise on this turn because the king it's not my car, so I either have some gut shots or very weak hand, or I have very good hand. I want to make the pot bigger on the turn, and on the river we just jam. Um, yeah, and hope to get called by a 9 or whatever king he does have. Table 2 with the king of diamonds, we are floating and barreling off on this run out. on the diamond on the turn we do have some blocks and some 60% bets. With king of diamonds it's just uh, perfect to get a 60% and we'll jam the river. Actually, it might not be the best combo to jam, especially that the board pairs, but he doesn't have that many 7x, and even I blocking king jack, ace king and ace jack is very good, especially with the diamond. It might have been better with king queen, with king of diamonds, because blocking ace queen and ace king is more important than blocking ace jack, but still, I mean, this is just in theory. I don't think it does matter in practice that much. This is table 2 is very aggressive. 3-bet bluff, but we have to try it some of the times and we get immediately punished for it. Against half pot, we just float, no reason to raise this combo, and generally we're not raising that much. We have two options. We can bet small or half pot or check back and bluff the river. I mean, taking our equity and bluffing the river. So when he checks again, he most likely doesn't have anything. So off betting or jamming seems fine, but because we are deeper, it's less attractive to jam. So overbet uh, does its job as well when he does have some weak pair. I think this is just fine. The size. This is a very low frequency 3-bet dispositions. This is also very loose open, king 4 suited, but still we have to recreation on the blinds. I deviate a bit. Check raising does not look well, because we are blocking his main bluffs with the queen and with a club, but we are not folding it. Overbetting seems quite reggy, so it looks like I saw him doing something I thought it might be fishy. That's why I tagged him as a weaker player. But after with this line, check raise size normal and overbetting the turn seems quite draggish. Um, Against an overbet, actually, I might have just fold it. I already don't like it. And let's see what he's doing on the river. We have a problem here. So the main problem, I think I should have folded a turn, at least the most of the times. Blocking his main draws, and on the river, in theory, I'm supposed to call as he's supposed to bluff some king 10, ace 10 even, or I don't know, some gut shots, missed gut shots, which some of them even got there. This would be in theory, but in practice, exploitatively, I don't like it, so I just fall. I have the best blocker to the straight, but I don't think he will find enough bluffs, especially being a bit deeper, so deeper than 100 BB. I don't think he'll find the right bluffs there. Here on the table, on table 3, we just uh, check back, even if we are supposed to see bet range most of the parts. And here on the river, I think it is a bit spewy to jam, but we most likely get a fold here. So blocking Jack 10 and blocking Ace King, he might have slow played, not 4-bet. 3. It's very good. And I would have taken this line with Jack 10 some of the times, and Ace Queen maybe not that much, but kings and queens definitely check back, and getting the queen on the turn and jamming the river, so he isn't supposed to have that many Jack 10 at all. And yeah, and kings of course checking back seems fine on the flop, and calling a bet and then jamming the river also seems fine. So ace king also very unlikely, or aces. So I have in this line aces, very low frequency, queens and kings, and also very low frequency jack 10 blocking this. So I don't think in practice uh, it's it's fine to jam there, even in theory it might be spilly or too aggressive. So you see, some of the spots you have more aggressive action in theory, and you have to be more passive and to overfold some of the spots, like the one with queens before. And in other spots, um, knowing the pool or having some reads, you have to be more aggressive, a bit spewy according to equilibrium. So yeah, I like to adapt it all the time. Of course, I don't get it right all the time, and um, that's part of the game. So when going into exploits, you always have to be very careful when, against which player, and how much you're gonna dive into this territory. Table 1 I should have actually folded in practice. Monotone boards are under bluffed and under check raised usually, especially from regs. Some recreational might find some might overplay some hands some of the times, but regs are just check raising some flush draws uh, usually, or some good hands to pair sets. And on this river we have a clear fold. Even this line even I don't understand this line. Check raising small, checking, and then betting big. I mean, whatsoever. Actually, I don't like this size that much. Should have bet bigger, half pot or checked. Especially against a very aggressive player, which might float a lot. Here we can bet, we can check raise, or check call. Actually, check call seems fine, especially on the board, a paired board. And on table 2 we'll just try to get some value from 7 mostly, or 4 6s, even some ace high sometimes. On the river, if he did float me with some ace high, some flush draws, got there. But I think block betting, trying to fold his ace high seems fine. Yeah, bet block betting big seems also. I don't know if yeah whatsoever. This line doesn't make any sense. Uh, I mean, yes, he might jam a flush there. He would be supposed to jam a flush there some of the times, especially um, nut flushes. But on a pair board, usually people are not that aggressive with the flushes. Table 1 I missed the opportunity to barrel, so we're just giving up this even we have very good blockers. We are following the action on table 3. We are curious what this whale does have to donk into 2 people on king high board. They will have an overbet or bet big. Mostly overbetting when betting. And it seems we have some action on 2-5. We'll close uh, 1-2 table, and we'll keep the 2-5 open instead. Stepping here makes sense, but we don't want to get check raised even we don't have that much of shown value, but we can delay step, and when he bets now on the turn, we are not folding yet. He might step himself after checking the flop. He does have some traps, of course, and when jamming, we're not bluff catching, especially when the queens get there. We don't have that many straights with this line, which we checked back the flop, but still don't understand the jam there. Maybe he thinks we're gonna call light or get there with a queen and trapped us with some sets or whatever, some over like aces or kings. Not sure. Because he doesn't have that many straights himself, neither when checking. He mostly should bet the straight draws on the flop, and that's why I don't understand why jamming there when the straights get there. I mean, betting, of course, if he trapped with something, betting it's fine, but jamming seems a bit too aggressive to me. I mean, it's a matter of sizing. Not saying that he's not supposed to bet that river, even if, I mean, given the fact that the straight is not that relevant neither for me or for him or for his range. Table 3, it's very likely that one of them does have a bad ace, but for that price we're not folding on a limp pot. So if we get a bet and a call again, we are definitely folding now on the river, especially on that run out. That two pair or straights are also possible. Yeah. We could bet that this turn. We could check some of the times. And he should theoretically bluff a lot this run out. Very unlucky. But still, yeah, we made a call because, like I said, he might bluff just random two cards there. And for that size, we should call some of the times. He's supposed to bet or overbet the turn with some straights, straight draws, I mean. So doesn't have that many straights there. Wanted to 4-bet table 3, but being a bit deeper, I elected not to. Queen is good for him, so I'll just check. He's supposed to stab a lot on the queen. Don't understand the size, and against that size we're gonna raise it. He's supposed to stab big, usually. But maybe exploited if he wanted me to just fold my heir. Even against the big size, we are gonna raise our straight here for small size. On such a dry board, in a squeeze spot, we want to pot control and make him do some stupid things, even if it's very unlikely. Given the type player, I marked him, and given the dry board texture. Yeah, on the river, we are definitely folding exploitative, so not see this player recreational, some nitty recreational, at least as my read on him are uh, bluffing enough, never, so we're just folding, especially against that size. We might have called some decent size, outside half block, half pots, even 3/4 maybe, but not overbet jamming. This is also very loose, king 6 off. Nah, we don't raise ace-10 that often on this board. And now on the river we can bet big or overbet. And following the needles multi-way feels also awesome. With a lot of recreational in. Uh, it's just fine to flat. This hand plays very well multi-way. And we are gonna sit out on next big blind. We had some good action today actually. Betting big seems fine here. Keeping the recreational in also. And this is a very unfortunate river. Don't think, can't think of a hand which might call us on this run out besides a chop, a 10x himself, but still we are value betting. We are not checking. He's not supposed to have ace-10 ever against the double barrel multi-way. I mean king-10, sorry. King-10 to have a better straight. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And let me know what your thoughts are on this session and generally what do you think. And see you in the next video.